What is our family's big financial goal?
To pay off the house in 5 years.
Our big financial goal is to pay off the house in 5 years.
Pay off the house?
How long?
5 years.
I don't know.
You are so much more likely to be successful at reaching your financial goals when you're not doing it alone. We've already talked about lining up a buddy or accountability partner, but sometimes we overlook the benefit of involving our kids in finances. In fact, in many cases, we do our children an enormous disservice by not letting them take part in family finances.
We're Stephanie and Mike from SixFiguresUnder.com, where we help families get out of debt and reach their financial goals.
This is day 18 of your Frugal Fresh Start Challenge. You can see the video description below for a full playlist of all the Frugal Fresh Start videos.
Okay, so sure, there are lots of reasons why we might not want to involve our kids in our finances. We don't want to burden our children with our adult problems like credit card debt or not having enough income. We may think it's none of their business. We may be embarrassed to let them see our mistakes and our shortcomings. We may just not have the patience to explain it all.
But bringing our kids into our family's financial life has benefits both long and short term. Kids learn through example. Actions speak louder than words, and that's a sobering thought because it's true for both good and bad examples.
If we're spending frivolously or living on loans, they're very likely to end up imitating our bad decisions. If we're desperately trying to fix our financial lives, but we never let them see the struggle or admit to them that we've made mistakes, we're leaving them unprepared. They'll make many of our mistakes all over and have to learn everything the hard way.
So being wise with money is a learned skill, not something we're born with, but there are so few places to learn it. Unfortunately, personal finance isn't taught in schools. It's not really taught anywhere. If parents don't step up and teach their own kids financial lessons, it's going to be the school of hard knocks. You might think you don't know how to teach kids finances, but you have a perfectly suited curriculum built right into your life. Financial savvy can be taught within the context of your own family finances. How would you describe a budget?
Like how much money your family will spend on certain things. Like, say you spend $14 on eggs this month. Your budget would be $14 for eggs. And with all that other stuff, it would just be like that too, except not eggs.
Where you keep track of the money you spend and like how much you want to spend on that thing.
I love budget.
Where you choose how much money you're going to spend on something and you spend that amount.
Do you know what a mortgage is?
Where you get money from the bank. You get money from the bank, you borrow it, and then you pay it off, but you have to pay more every time. And if you pay it late, like you pay a certain amount every month, and if you pay it late, then you have to pay more.
Pay for all of our house.
Do you know how much our family still has to pay on our mortgage?
In total, like $340,000 is left. Or something.
What are some things our family spends money on every month?
Our family spends a lot of money on bread every month because bread for some people is a lot.
Food, house stuff, like laundry detergent, electricity, water.
Food, hot.
A great place to start is by getting kids involved in your 6-month financial goal. Whether your goal is to get out of debt, pay off your house, or save for a family vacation, your kids can be part of it. What about our 6-month goal?
A 6-month goal is to pay off $25,000.
Isn't it like to spend $25 on groceries every week? To get like a month's worth in like a week of money for a house or something.
And kids who learn to be smart about money from a young age will have a big advantage when it comes to the real world. I strongly believe that in almost every circumstance, the benefit of involving kids in finances outweighs the drawbacks.
Now, keep in mind that what we share with our kids should be appropriate for their age. We don't need to reveal every last detail, and we also don't need to be perfect in order to be effective teachers. It's okay for them to know that we make mistakes too. Involving kids in your family's financial goals can help to unify your family. Talk to them about your goal and invite them to be on your team.
Your excitement and enthusiasm, or your negativity and pessimism, will be contagious. Tell them what changes you're making to reach the goal and let them know how they can contribute.
Here are a few do's and don'ts. Do let them know how they will benefit from the family goal.
Do tell them why you need their help.
Do explain specific ways that they can help.
Notice and appreciate their efforts.
And make it fun, like a game or a challenge.
Involve them in celebrating milestones and other successes.
But don't overwhelm them. Take their age and their life experience into consideration.
Don't give them more information than they need. Numbers and details can be burdensome for some kids.
Don't make them feel guilty. Guilt is not a good or a sustainable motivator.
Making changes to the way you spend money affects your kids. Maybe your kids are used to buying lunch at school and have to adjust to packing their own lunches. Maybe they're used to having fast food after soccer practice and will need to get used to waiting until they're home for dinner. If you cut cable to lower your bills, you can be sure that your kids will notice.
Any way you slice it, your kids are going to be affected by your choices to become more frugal. Without knowing the reasons behind your frugal changes, kids are likely to become frustrated by the new habits you're trying to form.
They may even be disgruntled enough to thwart your plan to change.
On the other hand, when your kids are involved in the family goal, they're motivated to make the necessary changes. They realize that you aren't just trying to make their lives hard, you're actually trying to improve their lives. Goals help to motivate all family members.
In fact, kids can make great accountability partners, almost too good sometimes.
How do the kids help us reach our financial goals?
Sometimes we tell mommy, don't buy that, like chocolate for her or something.
Well, that's one example. Another time, we had spent the entire day out and about. I brought food with us for lunch, but I hadn't planned any food for dinner. We were an hour away from home and I didn't have any other dinner plans at home waiting for us. I made the decision to use the rest of the month's fun money to go through the drive-thru for dinner. Instead of being excited about this very rare occurrence, my kids were confused and disappointed. Why are we buying food here? Don't we have food at home? I thought we were saving to pay for Dad's law school. If I hadn't already ordered, I would have just gone home. I felt terrible. Here the kids were trying to help me stay on track and I was letting them down.
As part of your team, your kids will be able to share in the success of your goal, both in the end and along the way. They'll feel that their sacrifices matter and that they're making a difference. Kids and adults are more likely to appreciate something that they worked hard to earn, like this. Can you think of any debt that our family has already paid off?
The student loan.
Is there something that you can think of that we didn't spend money on or didn't buy while we were doing that, trying to reach that goal?
We didn't buy very much stuff.
When we reached that goal, when we paid off the student loans, what was our celebration?
We got bikes.
We bought bikes.
We got bikes?
We got bikes!
By taking an active part in working toward the family goal, kids learn the power and value of goal setting. They also learn some important things about how finances work, which will lead to future success of their own.
Okay, our challenge for today is to think about how you can involve your children in your goal. What contributions can they make to be a part of the team? How can you get them excited about your goal? Now make a plan to get them involved. Write it down in your workbook and get started right away.
We'll see you back here next time for day 19 of your Frugal Fresh Start Challenge.